Okay, apparently we're gonna have a part 3 to this video because while I was sitting here about to put on my water line, my lights went out. I mean, the storm's not that bad yet, but we got some wind, so I guess something happened. But they finally got us turned back on right quick. And I know y'all don't even know what happened, but it did. And I was just sitting here talking to myself, and all of a sudden, bloop. All right, but I went ahead and finished the water line while we was doing our outage. And I think what I'll do now is come over here and start on my highlights on this side. And for that, I'll pick up just a hair of the phthalo green and bring it into my yellow. And get just a drop of thinner. Just a drop. It ain't gonna take much at all. It's like my whole image here has changed or something. All right, let me spin this around just a little bit where y'all might could see it while I'm doing this. I don't wanna cover it up. But all it is phthalo green and a little cad yellow. And I'm just loading the fan brush up with it. I'm gonna come right up here. Hope y'all can see this. Just the corner of the brush. I'm just gonna touch. Just slightly pull up, push up just a little bit. Just barely touching. Just barely touching. And that's real important when you're doing these highlights, not to let your brush slip and slide. Because if it does, you're gonna get streaky looking little leaves or streaky little highlights. And that's not what it's not really what you want on these pines. But I'm trying to stay out of that left side as much as possible because I've got to highlight that tree behind it. So with that said, I just want to kind of keep it from getting highlighted right now. All right, I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the phthalo green. And then this little tree back here, it'll get a few little highlights. But I'm gonna put the majority of them on the left side. Especially when they start getting closer to that middle tree. Because I want that middle tree to be the closest one to us. So just like so. I'm gonna go right back in again. Pick us up some more color. Excuse me. And we'll come up. We'll start at the top. Just like so. Just like so. And when it goes to picking up that darker color, just let it fade on down into the dark, just like that. That's all we need. If you want to go back and add just a little bit of yellow to kind of make it look like it's touching the sun out there, do it. Only do it in a couple places. Don't do it everywhere, because you stand a chance on mudding it up, and we don't want to do that. And then on some of these up here, you can come back and kind of tone them down a little bit, because we don't want to kill all the dark. And we want to maintain that roundness look to our trees, so we're gonna leave that alone. Oh, I did get some brushes washed in the dark a while ago also. I'm telling you, that was just different. Just sitting here talking, bloop. This little camera I got, when it goes off, it makes a little bleeping sound. It said, doop. I said, well, ain't nobody seeing what I'm doing now. Alright, now I'll push that back just a little bit. And I'm going to pick up a 1-inch brush. Just a regular 1-inch brush. And I'm going to go right into, let's see what I want to go into. I'm going to go into a little bit of the alizarin crimson and a little bit of the yellow ochre, and just tap these two colors together on that 1-inch brush. And when you do this, make sure you leave your bristles open. If you can see them bristles, they're good and open. And the reason for that is, when you come up here and do that little push on, it'll give you that look, that expanded out look, like a ton of little leaves in here. About like that's all we need. These are going to kind of be back in the dark a little, so they don't need to be just screaming. Then we'll pick us up just a little bit of the phthalo green and a little bit of the yellow. And we'll come up here under this one, and we'll kind of tap it on a little bit, about like so. Then we'll pick us up just some straight cad yellow now. No, yellow ochre, I'm sorry. Just some straight yellow ochre with that green on it. We'll come in here, since this is going to be a darker color, we'll add that dark color down in this corner. Right there, see, it's darker. Then when we start getting a little more, wanting to get out into the light a little bit, we'll go into the cad yellow. We'll tap a little of that on the brush. And just remember, the cad yellow's got the phthalo green in it, so you don't want to get too close to your evergreens over there and get it to where the colors match up. About like so. That makes it look like it's sitting out in the sunlight a little bit. Then we can go in here and get us a little of the red. It's sitting out here in the sun. Just like so. Just want to be careful and leave us some darks in here. And as you go down with that one, it's going to get darker and fade out. Then we can pick us up a little white. And we can come over here into the Indian yellow. And this will really look like it's sitting out in the sun. Just like so. Then we can pick us up a little more white and bring into that color and add just a tad of cad yellow with it. And it'll be even lighter. And then go back into the phthalo green again. So we can kind of darken it down some. Come right in here. And just carry the bottom out with the phthalo green. Just like so. And that'll pretty much finish that side of our painting up. We're going to go over here to the other side now. Alright, we're going to pick up our script liner brush. Excuse me. Carry it into the thinner. And then that brown and white color. Well, we need to fix it. Don't look like I did too good a job on that. Alright. Let's come up here and just barely touch this across here like so. Just like so. Just barely touch. And this is also the color we're fixing to go into to make our tree trunk color out of. There we go. Now that looks better. Yeah, I can live with that. Alright, we're going to dip into our thinner and go right into this color. I'm going to come up here to this big tree. I'm going to pull it through just like so. Don't know how much of this we'll see once we start putting leaves on it, but we know it's there right now, so we want to come out with us a couple little limbs here and there, just in case they do show through. Just like so. Limb out here, one here. Because our trunk's going to disappear over here behind this bush when we start, or when we get to that point. So, and bring us out one right there. About like so. Alright, then we'll go through this color again. And we want to just draw us in a couple here, just here and there. These are not going to be nothing real fancy, but just enough to know they're there. Then we'll come over here and we'll bring us out one over here that just looks like a old dead tree standing here. about like so. That's all we need. Get that old gray, ugly color on it. Make it look dead. About like that. Now we're clean. Our script liner brush. And we're going to pick up that 1-inch oval bristle brush that, if you can see it here. And I'm going to dip it in just a little bit of the thinner. Very little. And I think the first color I'm going to go into is going to be the cad yellow. That's got all our phthalo green in it. Just dance it around on the brush, making sure that the bristles are open. That's the most important part of this, making sure them bristles are open. And then we'll go up here. We'll just start right outside the dark color and just start adding this on a little, just adding this on a few limbs here and there, or a few leaves. Well, I can't get off the leaf and limb thing here. These are leaves here, these are not limbs. Just like so. Just come out and just kind of maintain your tree shape here, you know. And the whole time you're doing that, just keep in mind, you don't want to kill all the dark. Because if you kill all that dark, you're going to end up with a funny looking tree. I'm going to tell y'all a story real quick. Back, oh God, this wasn't long after I first started painting. I made up a color one night. I made up some orange. And I was painting this little scene. You know, in my mind, I thought, wow, you know, I'm getting better. I'm getting good. And I painted a little house with some trees out on a meadow, and boy, I'm telling you, I was just getting after it. I was Michelangelo there for a little while. You couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was really doing something. And I wanted it to have a fall theme to it. So I made me up some orange, like I said. I took that orange and made me some trees. And my wife, she's big into crafts. And she and I share a room. And she was sitting across from me, and when I got done, like I always do when she's around, I said, "Well, what do you think?" And when I got through with that particular painting, I asked her. I said, "Well, what do you think?" And she was being honest. She wasn't, you know, she wasn't being mean. She turned around and looked at it, and she said, what's the hay for?" And I said, "The hay? What hay? And she said, the big bales of hay, the orange bales of hay. And I said, what? That ain't hay. I said, that's trees. And she said, oh, okay. Well, I like it. I think it's pretty. You know what I'm thinking? You thought. Oh, let me tell you. I made up some alizarin crimson and yellow ochre here. I said, you just thought my tree was a big orange bale of hay. How can you say you like it? And she said, well, I just didn't know what it was. I said, well, then it can't be good, you know. If you don't know what it is, that's not good. If you can't tell it was supposed to be a tree. But I messed with her about that for the longest. I'd always say, well, I would ask you what you think, but I don't know if I want your opinion or not. You too honest. And she said it made her feel bad for a long time. I don't know if it did or not. That's what she said. But boy, I tell you that was just one of them things, you know. She said, well, what's the big bales of hay for? And I guess, you know, to her, that's what it looked like, so that's what she called it. Now I just got a little phthalo green and white on the same brush. I'm going to pick up just a little bit more thinner. That's not want to let this color go. So whatever you do in your painting career, I don't think you'll you know, if you think you do something wrong, I don't think you'll be the only one that's ever done it, or you know, the first to really just mess up. Because I'm telling you, mine got called a bale of hay, my tree. So, but the one thing it did do was it put me to working on trees, and I'm still not as good at them as I want to be, but I'm a whole lot better than making hay bales now. So it did help some. All right, we'll come up here with a little firecracker out here on the end. Oh, and I'm leaving a little dark line at the bottom here on purpose. And you'll see why here in just a second. Alright, about like that. I like the way that turned out. I don't like this one. It's too squared off at the top. That tree should have more of a roundness to it. So I'm going to pick up my 1-inch brush. And I'm going to go back into my yellow ochre color and my alizarin crimson color. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add a little roundness to that. I think it'd look better if it had a little roundness to it. Maybe just a little lighter, just to set it apart from that. Yeah, I like that better. Plus it helped cover up that little of that green on that tree behind it too, so that helped. Alright, now I'm going to pick up fan brush, small one, number 3. And I'm going to go right into, well, let's get a little more thinner. I'm going to go right into the yellow and green that I've been using. And I'm going to come right up here. And I want to just touch. Well, can't see that. Guess I need to get a little more color on here. I want to come up here and just touch. Let that grass pull down over the bank here. And even at that, I'm still not killing all that dark under there. I want to leave some dark under it so you can see under there. To kind of make it look like the rabbits and stuff can have a little place to hide back here. Let that grass just grow down over the bank in places. Now a lot of times when you do this, you come back to do this grass, you know, to bring it down on the bank a little bit. Try to stay out of here because it'll turn that area brown on you. Well, I don't know what y'all think, but I think it's, oh, no, it's not. It's not done. It is not. I might grab another 1-inch brush now, because now I got to, alright, I got to add a little red right in here, like so. And I got to add, what is that green and white color. Gotta add some of it right here. Now these colors are not, it's not important that you get them dead on correct. As long as they're close, they'll be just fine. And a lot of that little green color right in here. And then a little of the yellow ochre color with the red in it right there, or with the alizarin crimson in it, and then the green, and then we'll just bring it like so and just tap it around. Now I want to pick up our 1-inch brush, and this is a very delicate touch right here. I mean very delicate. And then very gently come across and just put our reflection in the water. Then we can pick us up a little of the white. Come back up here and fix our water line, just like so. And wipe your knife off. Come in here and put you a couple little ripples, like so. Now I'm gonna say we're done. And I will take my script liner brush and I'll dump it right into the bright red, get it loaded up. And I'll come right over here and I will put my mark on it. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say we're done. I really hope y'all enjoyed this one. This one is a lot of fun to paint if y'all want to paint along with one. This one's not real difficult. The reason it took so long is all the detail and everything, and that's the only reason. But those details are not hard to do. I mean, none of it that we did is hard. I mean, this is it's basically a typical Bob Ross painting. Basically, Bob did one, I don't remember what it was called, maybe Brown Mountains or something. Of course, Bob's don't look like this one. I mean, his is going to blow this one out of the water, but that's where the idea came from, and a couple people saw the one that I posted, and it's closer to Bob's, and I've done a couple of these, and they sold with the red in it like that. Got a couple things I'm gonna try different here pretty soon, so maybe they'll work out for us. We may change the camera direction and bring it over to the left side. I got a couple little ideas that, you know, I think we're gonna do us a black canvas pretty soon, and I need to scratch in some little twigs in here. I'm gonna attempt to do a liquid black painting before too long, because that's a color you don't see a lot of people, or a medium that you don't see a lot of people show you how to use. So we're gonna do us a paint that's got liquid black in it before long. Anyway, I can sit here and talk all night. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for your support. God loves you more. And without y'all, I mean, none of this, I couldn't tell y'all how happy it makes me to sit here, do a painting, and then go back and see that people actually viewing my work. It's very humbling, and I thank y'all for it. It means a lot to me. It really does. I guess it's just going to take a little time, me being patient for the channel to grow. You know, if you're a subscriber or not, and you want to share it, please do. You got my permission. If you have trouble sharing it, I don't know how my settings are, but, you know, share it on anywhere you want to share it. It's fine with me. And like I say a million times, I'm not telling you this is the only way or the right way. I'm just telling you it's my way. So, hopefully y'all enjoy it. And leave me a comment. Let me know how y'all doing. You know, tell me what your favorite part of this one is. Y'all let me know what your favorite colors are. I mean, I could incorporate some favorite colors into some paintings. Alright, my friends. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm going to clean everything up and get ready for these storms and get ready to buckle down. Y'all have a good night. See you next time.